Well, folks, today I'm going to treat you to an unboxing of this Movie Maker Pro from Wolverine Movie Maker Pro. It is a 1080p scanner, if you will, for the old-fashioned Super 8 and 8mm film reels. So if you're around my age and you have yourself the family films that predate VHS, I believe VHS came out 82, 83, roundabouts. Needless to say, everything before that was film or U-matic or whatever. But I don't know many people with a U-matic portable video camera. So here we go. And here we have our pickup reel. Could have used that when I was younger. The unboxing. The cables. The manual. Bit small, but hopefully adequate. I'll let you know. The unit. The back of the unit. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Looks like an old-fashioned projector, which is pretty much kind of what it is. We'll take off our tape, dump our wires. Ooh, fancy schmancy. Look at that. For those of you who were the president of the AV club at school, remember these? They were fun. Dust bulbs, and we have here our power supply. Little rat tail transformer, let's plug it in. The back of the unit has spaces for power, SD card, TV out, and a USB plug. So let's plug in our power. We'll use a little 4-speed, 4 gig SanDisk Ultra SDHC card. Here's the USB plug to go to the computer. That's for uploading and downloading films from the SD card. I prefer to pull the SD card out and pop it in the computer. And of course we have our TV monitor out. I'm not going to plug it in right now, but I'll show you how it works. Basically, I have a cable going to an old-fashioned TV with a video input. You could use the screen here or plug this in and it will automatically switch to the exterior. You cannot use both at the same time, but let's go ahead and see how this thing performs. Ring Boy, Javier, July 1972. Okay, so I was 7 years old, and apparently I was the ring boy in a wedding. I don't remember when the last time this was opened, but I hope it's still in good condition. Ah, yes. There's one more piece that we get with this, and I left it in the box. The adapters for Super 8 film. The pickup reel, like most pickup reels, comes in the Super 8, regular 8 format, 8mm format. Super 8 format is the thicker spools. So in case you're wondering, why do I have one really, really thin? Why do I have one really, really thick? Normally, that's how the films were delivered in those reels, respectively. Now, the true way to tell whether a film is actually regular or Super 8 is to take a look at the sprocket holes. In a Super 8 film, they're kind of long and rectangular, almost rectangular in this direction, along the length of the film. In a regular 8 film, if you can see them, they are rectangular, perpendicular to the length, to the direction of the film. So let's see how this puppy performs. The red side, the gray side. First thing we'll do is we'll set this to either regular 8mm film or Super 8. When you slide this to the left, it will pop open the film carriage container thingy. There are 3 little like ledges, 2 in the front and 1 in the back in the middle. Place your film along the track, carefully aligning them all with the sprockets toward that side. Feed reel pickup reel. It's not an automated process by any means, but it's functional. Follow the path laid out for you as indicated. Turn on the unit. It actually advances 2 frames every time you turn it on or whenever you do an action. Now let's go through the menu, shall we? If we hit menu, we have obviously record, playback, in case we wish to play one of our movies back from the SD card. Rewind, that's later for when we rewind the film. Exposure, you can compensate for a dark or a light film to a certain degree. Sharpness, likewise. USB, that's to transfer your pictures over via the cable. Frame adjust is very interesting. You can actually adjust if your frame is off by a little bit. You could zoom in. Exactly. I prefer to go past the frame and use my own iMovie or Windows Movie Maker to crop the image later. But for now, let's take a look at the frame adjust. Enter. It's actually popping up a picture of that's me and that's my little brother. And you can move left or right. You can move it up or down. And of course, that's the zoom, whether you want to zoom in or zoom out. I want to zoom out to get as most of the picture as possible. That's just about where we want it. You've got the language, of course. You can format the drive, and you can choose default settings. Now, the film type, it's either positive or negative. It's not what you think. It's not Super 8 or standard. You actually choose that down here with this switch. Version will show you the version of the unit. So now let's go ahead and record. You click record, you select the film type, and go. The speed you're looking at is the speed that it is scanning frame by frame each picture of the video. It's going to be creating an MPEG-4 movie for each section of film it takes. I've tried this a few times, so this is my 18th movie. I will say, if you want to spend thousands of dollars, you could probably get a digital one that doesn't use sprockets like this one does, and actually reads the frame and analyzes it and does compensation and all that. But I can compensate for the colors all that I need to with my iMovie, and frankly, since this is a one-time deal for each of these movies, the speed is not that much of an issue. Even if you have, unless you're a production studio, then that's a different case. My first few movies were a little bit difficult because 1 or 2 SD cards that I chose, I don't know if it wasn't compatible or they were not formatted correctly, but this particular SD card works perfectly fine. It will not take an SD card over 32 gigs, and this number 4 speed SD card that I have, this old one that's a 4 gig, is perfectly fine and perfectly suited for the largest of movies. Because I'm not going to be storing a lot in the SD card, I transfer it over right away. The time to scan a film takes approximately 10 times a normal length of film. For instance, these movie reels are about 3 minutes long each, and they take about half an hour. These reels, if I remember correctly, are 50 feet of film, and most of the larger reels will have increments of 50 or 100, so you know exactly how much is on the reel. So you figure every 100 feet is about an hour. I like this unit quite a bit. The pros are it has a very, very good quality. Here's a sample of the finished movie. The 1080p unit is almost twice the cost of the 720, and I'm not sure, I can't speak for the 720, but I can tell you that 1080 is a bit overkill for most of these movies. I hope you've enjoyed this video, the unboxing, the review, and a little glimpse at July of 1972. You have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching.